Well, good morning. The weather is still shocked in a little bit. The temperature isn't that bad, but it's overcast. Well, it's foggy. We're up on the top of Lookout Mountain, and we got fog sitting right on top of us. So I'm not sure what the hiking situation is going to be for today. We might give it a shot, but I know later in the afternoon there's going to be a front to roll through, thunderstorms, and I think a possibility of maybe a tornado watch. We've got a plan for that. Right across the street from our campsite up on the hill there is the bathhouse, and it's a solid structure made out of concrete block, and that will be our evacuation point if the weather gets too nasty this evening. I'll give you a shot of the RV sitting in the spot. We'd never been here before, so I did not know which campsite to pick. So we're kind of, it's okay, it's level. The front end is sitting a little bit low, lower than usual, but that's what happens when you're parked on a little bit of a slope. Almost all of these sites have some slope to them. It's okay. We'll see what we can do today and take it from there. Meanwhile, Cosmo is a happy camper. He's getting a morning walk, some exercise, and taking care of some necessary business. So we'll see where the weather goes today, and we'll keep you posted. Rule number one when hiking: never leave the trail. Well, we're on a short trail down to Laurel Falls, which is one of the several waterfalls that are in DeSoto State Park. And the map says that none of the falls are classified as easy because of the roots, protruding rocks, and slippery moss that's on the trail. It is quite scenic, but nothing difficult. I'd like to say it's easy, but who knows? I may slip down here any moment and find out what easy is not. But we're going to follow this trail down. It's only a quarter of a mile, 3/10 of a mile down to the falls, and we've got choices to loop off onto several other trails. And the issue today is it's about 1 p.m. and the weather forecast is calling for that front to come in about 4 p.m. So we have roughly 3 hours to do some hiking and make our way back to the campground before thunderstorms come in. We can handle a little rain with our gear, but I don't think there's no gear that's going to handle lightning, and that's the concern. So, okay, I'll see you at the falls. Well, I have to say that the sound effects here are just really outstanding. All the rushing water. This is just one of the streams that feeds down through into what's called the Little River. Yeah, don't you just love the sound of rushing water? This is Laurel Falls. It's not huge in comparison to a lot, but it's about an 18-foot drop in elevation here. Quite pretty. We met some folks on the way down here that made me start to think about hiking and even doing a little short hiking like this. Is the people we run up on wanted directions on how to get back to where their car was. They had been out on the trail for a little over 3 hours and were just completely lost. No rain gear, no hats, no walking sticks. So I think they thought they were going to be out here about 15 minutes and then back. But the young lady that approached me first says, I have a picture here on my cell phone. And yeah, that's great. But, you know, you heard me earlier make a reference to my daughter that rule number 1 is stay on the trail. Well, in my book, rule number 2 is have a map. I have something in your hand that's going to depict where you're going. You need to have a plan to start with. Of course, all plans are made to be changed, but have a plan on where you're going and how long you'll be on the trail, and have your map with you, not just your cell phone. Be aware of the weather, and most everything else will take care of itself. I usually have a handheld GPS that I carry, but I didn't bring it today just due to the nature of this short hike. But if you're going to be in unfamiliar territory, so to speak, a GPS could be very beneficial. So, okay, we're going to hike out of this canyon and head back up and see what's around the corner. Well, after 2 days of rain and solid cloud coverage, we'll take all the sun we can get. And there's a little bit of sun this morning. It's looking very promising for today. So we have parked here at one of the pavilions, which is a trailhead going down to Indian Falls. And we're going to head down there. As you can see from the parking lot, there's no one here except for our truck. So we'll see. We hope to hike this trail and then get back in the truck and head over to DeSoto Falls, which is, I think, outside the park, but it's should be something different there. The bad weather for last night was almost a nothing burger. There was some rain, very little wind, and no tornado watches. So that's always a good thing. Okay, let's go see if we can find a trail. We found a little river here at the bottom of one of the trails coming down from the recreation area. And it appears that right over here, less than maybe a quarter of a mile, is Indian Falls. So that's where we're going to be heading to. And we did have a little bit of a challenge coming back, or I should say coming down here, because everything's wet. The path is just flat rock and it's slippery as ice. So it was a little tricky. Okay, let's head on down to the falls. Indian Falls. It is natural falls, but there's a footbridge built up above it. So we'll make our way up there. But to me, as somewhat of a beginner explorer, I'm more interested in this cave right here. That is really interesting. I don't know how this is going to show up. It's a little dark in there. Of course, the roof is covered with soot from countless numbers of fires being built in here. But I would suspect that in days gone by, probably Cherokee Indians have lived in here. Let me work my way in between the dripping water, and as soon as you step in this cave, the temperature drops pretty good. Let's come out over here. There's the falls. DeSoto Falls. It's on a 15-minute drive outside of the park. This is a little river and a couple of lakes down in the park. Like gorge. Actually a spillway, man-made dam with a lake on top of that. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video here. You've had a little peek into what Lookout Mountain in Alabama looks like here at DeSoto State Park and DeSoto Falls. So it's a lovely little place to come to. The camping's great. I have to say the hiking in this part of the state is some of the best I've seen, and we've only scratched the surface on what the hiking opportunities are here. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of these, click subscribe and ring the bell next to that so you get the notices when the videos come out. And until then, stay safe, and we'll see you down the road.